Hey, welcome back to the Social Business Engine Show. And now I bring you yet another great interview from Social Fresh. Enjoy.
David Spinks. I'm the CEO of CMX Media. We host CMX Summit, which is a big conference for community professionals and community builders. We have an online publication all around how to build communities and community strategy, and essentially we're trying to build a brand and a movement around what it means to build community professionally and what it means to build community in general.
So David, let's talk about that, because obviously you're into community, and so the way that fits into social business is one of the pillars that I call marketing is not a department, and the value of the customer and building a community around the customer. So how do you and your team and your organization help companies understand what it means to build a community?
Sure. So if you look at like marketing and community, it's all part of an experience that customers have, right? Marketing is how do you get them to become customers? How do you get them to become followers? How do you spread awareness and reach? And then once they're a customer, it's all about community. It's their experience with your brand, experience with other members of that community, which will hopefully drive them to refer other people to your community, to your product. It'll make them more loyal, it'll give them a sense of belonging and identity as a customer and as a member of your community. And so a lot of what we try to do is bring together some of the leading voices, kind of people who have really interesting perspectives on community. Everyone from CEOs who have built massive platforms to community experts who have built community for companies like Airbnb, like Facebook, Etsy, Kickstarter, BuzzFeed, all those kinds of companies. And then we bring in unique perspectives from psychology, military, art, all different kind of perspectives all around how to build community.
So how do you convince senior management to build a community? I mean, does that come from the marketing department? How do you get that done?
It's a good question, and it's a hard one to answer today, and the real answer is a lot of people can't. It's still a matter of community is one of those things that it's hard to quantify, and it's hard to draw a straight line from community to ROI or to the bottom line. There are some examples of being able to do that, but for the most part, the companies that have been really successful building community are ones that build it into the entire company, and it's kind of been a part of their culture from the beginning. So if you look at a company like Zappos, no one ever had to tell them, all right, customer service, if you do X, Y, and Z, you'll be able to improve the bottom line by this much. They just knew as a culture and as a belief that by creating a stronger experience for their customers and improving customer service, they'd create more loyalty, they'd build a stronger brand, and they'd make it a better experience. They'd make their customers happier. And community is kind of in that line of, if you're bringing people together, it will create a better experience for them. It will give them that sense of loyalty and belonging, and it will make them happier. And it'll allow you to learn more, it'll allow you to pull their feedback into your company. So it's really about understanding why you're building community in the first place. Is the goal to make people happy? Is the goal to bring in feedback? And making sure that that's built into your entire company, not just the C-suite, not just the interns, but everybody kind of needs to understand that your community is the lifeblood of your product and of your company.
David, can you name a company that's done a really great job of building a community?
So, I mean, it's interesting to distinguish between community-centric companies and community peripheral companies. So a community-centric company might look like something like Airbnb or Facebook or Kickstarter. They're companies where their very product is reliant on people connecting with each other and building relationships with each other. So obviously community is going to be really important for those companies because the only way it works is if people
it's inherent.
People have to be talking to each other. They have to be interacting with each other. Peripheral is a company that their product isn't necessarily a community, but by building a community around their product or on the side of the product, they're able to bring more value to them. So American Express is a really good example where they built the Open Forum, which now, their product is, a credit card. But through the Open Forum, they can get advice from other experts, they can share their own knowledge, they can network, and they get all this added value of being a part of something with the other members of the card, of the product, essentially.
That's a great example. Well, David Spinks, thank you so much for being on the Social Business Engine Show today.
All right, thank you very much.